The Minister of Finance and Public Service, Dr. JLP Clarke, has mentioned that there will be no new taxes. The government will not be implementing any new taxes for the upcoming fiscal year. Minister of Finance and Public Service, Dr. JLP Clarke, made this disclosure in Parliament yesterday. They will be prioritizing economic recovery, which they want to achieve in the quickest possible time. Increasing taxes at this time would run counter to that objective. This will be the fourth consecutive financial year where there will be absolutely no new taxes being implemented by the government of Jamaica. The government has emphasized that they will be focusing on pushing for the swiftest and strongest economic recovery that Jamaica has ever achieved. Dr. JLP Clarke, who is the finance minister, has said that despite the country being at the beginning of the end of the pandemic health crisis, the same cannot be said for the economic recovery. He said that sound pre-pandemic policies have created buffers which will ensure a swifter and stronger rebound for the economy of Jamaica. It certainly seems as if we are about to enter the phase of the health crisis that can be described as the beginning of the end. He also emphasized that for the economic crisis, we may have only started to be at the end of the beginning. He said that notwithstanding the crippling effects of the pandemic, the government is pushing for the swiftest and strongest economic recovery that Jamaica has ever achieved. He says that they will achieve this economic recovery through disciplined policy choices, through the use of the prioritization within priorities. He said that they need to also focus on maintaining a keen awareness of risk, and they should also focus on the modernization of the Jamaican economy. Dr. JLP Clarke emphasized that the pandemic had proven that good policy and planning for the future are critical to resilience. He said that the impact of the pandemic was pronounced in a staggering set of numbers that really confounds the mind, noting among other indicators the projected 12% contraction in growth and the decimation of the tourism sector, with tourism revenue projected to plummet by 74% or US $2.5 billion, setting foreign exchange inflows back by 30 years. Notwithstanding this predicament, the debt to GDP ratio jumping by 16 percentage points to 110% and a $70 billion decline in revenues for the near-ended fiscal year, nominal debt remain flat. He stressed that not many countries had been able to sustain this position as well as maintain their international credit rating. Though the risk of a downgrade still hangs over the country, he also mentioned that remittances had increased by $600 million, the highest increase in 3 decades. Dr. JLP Clarke emphasized that the current account deficit only deteriorated from 1.6% to 1.7%, which is well within the safe margins. He went on to state that also growth in the construction sector and a record number of new company and business registrations, despite the worst economic crisis the country has seen in almost 80 years. He said that the government intends to recover jobs that were lost, 130,000 of which disappeared in the first 4 months of the pandemic. He said that before long, Jamaica will rise again. He says that that is their goal, that is their mission. Policy matters, and good policy matters more. For the 2 fiscal years prior to the pandemic, we tucked away more resources in the contingencies fund than has ever been placed there in the past 3 decades. Due to Jamaica's policy discipline, we enter this crisis with substantial buffers. The government of Jamaica is considering implementing an issue in relation to grants for individuals who work with those who have passed away. Minister of Local Government and Rural Development Desmond McKenzie has mentioned that the government is considering providing financial grants for individuals who work with those who have passed away. He was speaking during a briefing which was held at the office of the Prime Minister on Tuesday. This move is in response to concerns raised by stakeholders regarding the 2-week ban on funerals which came into effect on Tuesday. The ban forms part of the revised containment measures under the Disaster Risk Management Act, which were announced by Prime Minister Andrew Holness consequent to the increase in pandemic cases. McKenzie has said that the stakeholders presented proposals for this issue in terms of these persons who are affected. He said that discussions on these and other proposals will be advanced at a meeting to be held between Thursday, March 11th and Friday, March 12th, following which they will provide a definitive signal to the industry on the decisions that have been made. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about the matters that have been discussed. Are you also on board with the Finance Minister in regards to also planning to have the swiftest and the strongest economic recovery on record? And also, he says that it won't be long. The Jamaican economy will rise again. Of course, positivity is key, but of course, he has also listed out some critical points that need to be adhered to. The importance of policies, the importance of putting in the necessary measures, and prioritizing what is important. Thanks for watching and have a good day. Goodbye.